Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, hope day for those that believe that a new Nigeria is possible. Today, a lot of things are going on. Nationwide strike, not even the one of NLC, but the one of Hardship that is organized in Lagos, Osun, Edo State, and many other cities in Nigeria is actually boiling. This morning witnessed massive protesters hitting the streets in Lagos and everywhere. And then we also see what is happening at the villa. Tinubu has finally, let me say, Chief Bola Tinubu has finally admitted that he's unfit to govern Nigeria, or rather that his economic team, his ministers and all of that are unable to help reduce the hunger and the hardship in Nigeria. That is a very, very big blow and a bow from the Jagaban. So kudos we give you, Oga. Tuale, you don't grease, you don't hard. Wrong with it, snatch it. It's not as easy as you think. So, on a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on our time zone. Today, we just come, not be say we're happy for waiting to happen for Nigeria, but really, you get the time where we say people just need to come together, gather as one, and make their point and drive it home. So, we go talk all these things, plus the one of Mahmoud Yakubu, INEC chairman. He think saying don't already succeed for Nigeria. He no succeed for Nigeria because we don't see say the cost when Nigerians the cost don't begin to follow them everywhere. In don't they get boss, and even as women come begin to swear with them. Some of them come out their clothes. Some of them talk say then go show them for waiting to happen for the spirit war. That one na Mahmoud Yakub. We get many other things. So we say if they come up, and not be only me they talk this thing. I get divine for studio.
Welcome to everyone joining us today. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, as you join us wherever you are, please like and share. Let other Obedience worldwide know that Obedient Family TV is live right now, discussing the issues of Nigeria, how we can be able to do what? Help ourselves within these 3 years, because we need to stay alive to see 2027. That is very important. And we need to hold the government accountable. So let's start with this very issue of Bola Tinubu admitting is very, very clear that he's unfit. It has been said in different places, but I like it when somebody by themselves admits that he needs help or calls for help, invite people to help him. So we know, Oga, so you know say a day like that, wrong with it, grab it. Let's hear from the man and how he said it.
Looking for additional efforts that might help the downtrodden Nigerians, and we will provide that hope and the assurance that the economic recovery is on its way. We are not saying that we have all the answers, but we will not be blamed for not to try. We assure Nigerians that we will do our best to get our Marshall Plan in place and fashion out the best economic future for this country.
We had a very, very good meeting, and what we discussed is generally about the economy, food security, security of the nation. We discussed everything in detail, and I think there is the economic, presidential advisory which has been set up, and I think this will look at all the issues and address them. Coming from creating job creation, coming from food security, coming from also reflating the economy. So all these things they've been discussed in detail. I can't give you all the details right now, but we are hopeful, and we are a great nation. We have what it takes to turn around the economy, and we are going to do that.
it was open, it was frank, and it was exhaustive. And some of the issues we discussed, for example, like the foreign exchange rate, which we know has always been the problem, for the past 2 or 3 months, we have discussed on how to, bring the foreign exchange, the rate down, because we all know that what is happening in, as regards the foreign exchange is artificial, is manipulative, And thank God, the CBN, is doing quite a lot now. The exchange rate has come down from 1.8 to maybe 1.615 now. And as we all know, everything in Nigeria is indexed to the foreign exchange, especially when it comes to, stuff that we import into the country.
I leave that meeting with a lot of enthusiasm, excitement, and optimism about the future of our country. I believe that implementing the decisions we arrived at today will help propel our economy and help alleviate the poverty in the land, help create employment, and help put food on the table.
So I think the private sector is looking forward to the implementation of most of the decisions that we have made with the president. Manufacturers are looking forward to an environment that is conducive for business, and so the issues surrounding foreign exchange, insecurity, and general operating environment were discussed. And we received the assurances of Mr. President that very soon we are going to start to see some major changes.
As a governor, I can assure you that all hands are on deck. All governors have resolved to join hands with Mr. President to ensure that you provide the necessary intervention to cushion the effect of what we are going through, whilst we are waiting for the implementation and the evidence of the fiscal and monetary policies that are already in place. So the teeming public should have that confidence that we are not leaving them alone. In my state and in other states, we are bringing in rice, we are bringing in food items, and we are selling at rates that obtained before, the downslide of the naira. So we are going to be doing all those kind of things to bring stock to the common man until when you begin to see the evidence of the fiscal and monetary policies.
As has just been said, it's a tripartite meeting and designed to, put heads together and to think together. They will have one national economy, and it's the responsibility of the 225 million Nigerians to work together to make it great. And we have all the potentials, and we have all that it takes to make Nigeria, get right through these turbulent times and put the economy back on a sustainable keel. I think there is a unity of purpose, a determination, the sense of patriotism and determination by all to make it happen.
We have heard from the wise men that Tinubu constituted another billions, another leaked memo go come out, make we know how much we budget for these people. But coming back to Divine in the studio here now, we realize that the key stakeholders in the Nigerian economy, especially one that is actually making this hardship very severe, Dangote, is among these stakeholders. Right. Some people see him as a threat, and some people see him as a person who is helping the economy, you understand? Yes. But obviously, Tinubu was very clear in the context of he's unable to deal with this, his team is unable, and he has sought out and reached out to other people to help him to do this. What do you think about that?
Well, while listening to the president address this advisory committee, something about him calling Nigerians downtrodden did not just sit well with me, because even though I understand that truly the Nigerian populace is actually downtrodden, he just said it with some, lackadaisical attitude that had it looking like he was mocking us, but that's besides the point. Anyways,
he would have said it like the economic hardship that is biting Nigerians is also affecting him psychologically. Right. You can understand it from that perspective.
Or just try to, identify with the struggle, but he just made it sound like them problem, like a problem that they are facing and he can't relate to, which is obviously true, but he didn't have to rub it on our faces. But that's besides the point. Like you rightly said, we're just glad to see that the man has decided to, try something other than his usual abracadabra with his, ministers. because we can see none of his ministers are part of this, advisory committee. He has leaned towards the private sector to see if he can get any help. And to be honest, my stance is just that all hands should be on deck. And I just hope whether they are going to go to, Mecca, or they are going to travel to space to get, solution. I'm just really here for practical solutions that's going to
work for Nigerians.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So as we know, we have seen them all come out from this very particular meeting, committee, advisory. So it's a good thing, but it's not always that the Jagaban agrees to a fault. He has agreed that it's not working for Nigerians. He has actually felt the pain that comes with snatching it and running with it. Right. Is very, very practical now to everybody to know. But I want us all to look at it again from the side of the people who had been put together. Do you really think that the likes of Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, and the other people that were there could actually make change or have an impact on this very system? Because I believe a stimulus package, you understand me, to help the manufacturing sector, the agricultural sector that His Excellency Peter Obi has been talking about, to make sure that all the vast land that we have in the north are put in place, and to make sure that the other economic activities are. But we have several other Nigerians who are reacting to this, and but we'll just get you a few of them who says clearly that Bola Tinubu is unfit to rule Nigeria. Let's take a listen to this, coming from Jimmy Dusun, who said clearly Tinubu cannot lead.
He doesn't like Asiwaju, you don't like Asiwaju. I don't have to like him or not. I don't interact with him. I don't have any business with him. But I don't think he has what it takes to lead this country. And it's evident. I say it, people don't understand. They don't yet understand what it is for a man to tell you his feeling and stand by it. Do you understand? It's a tough thing to do, but if we had more people doing those kind of things, we'll have a better society. This government doesn't show any capability. Rather, this government looks like a bunch of a bunch of people who have some interior motive as to what they've come to do in government. Does it look to you that anything rational is being done? How does it sound to you? Do you know what is, those of us who have friends abroad, what it sounds to them when you hear that in the midst of hunger, in some other countries, better countries where there are better structures, they have money and whatever it takes. Do you think any sane person would think about buying a vehicle for 160 million? Okay, so you will say that is the legislator. Is it anything different from the executive? Haven't you seen some of the vehicles that the ministers ride? Isn't it common sense that given the problems that you have, even if it's just for optics, even if it's just to show support for what the people are going through, you would step down? Why must you buy a new car every 4 years? Why must it be a Porsche car? And then you hear them, one senator, I've forgotten his name, he was saying that, oh, the executive also do that. These people are like a bunch of nursery school children. Mommy, he too brought biscuits. Me too, I want to eat biscuits. That kind of a thing.
Getting away from the Economic Advisory Committee that Tinubu have set up to handle the security challenges and the economic hardship, the protests are still unrelenting. The labor unions have said that they are going to, that 2-day strike is like mandatory. It's going to happen. The police in Lagos has hit Lagos office of NLC, sealed their office, and wherever they are, they said even outside their office, they are still going to shut the nation down. And it's not going well with the police. It's not going well with all the security enforcement. They don't want this to happen. But then we see that they are on the right path. So before we get into the protest that is happening in Edo State and Lagos State and Osun State, I want you to look at Divine, the nature of why do the police have to go and seal the office of the Nigerian Labour Congress, bearing in mind that what they are also protesting after affects them, because minimum wage is not just for the ordinary people on the street, it's also about the police, their salaries, you understand me, to be increased.
Well, you see, the way police let themselves to be used, or rather to be politicized, is just something that's really appalling. It's just really a situation of people not understanding that they are not even loved by these people that use them, right? Because I don't understand why you let yourself, I keep saying it, why would you let yourself be used? This is the same government that doesn't even care about your welfare, like day in, day out, year in, year out. There's no, you know, significant salary increase. There's no insurance. There's no health insurance or even life insurance. But yet you still allow yourself to be available to them at their beck and call. They use you to, you know, carry out their political biddings. You're just like their dog, and whenever they are done with you, they dump you in the trash. And every time again, you fall for the same exact lies that they tell you. And it's like, why would you let yourself be used like that for a group of people that have shown countless times that they don't even care about your welfare? Because these people are just planning a normal strike. Like, strike is and protest is part of freedom of expression and rights to freedom of speech. If they feel like the interest of the labor force is not being represented, they reserve the rights to say, oh, we're going to go on a 2-day warning strike or a 3-day warning strike because we need the government to hear us out. But no, the government, instead of you know, listening to their pleas and doing right by them, they, you know, resort to maiming them by using a group of people who have no, you know, respect for themselves.
And even looking at it from the constitutional angle,
right,
there is a constitutional right for citizens to protest, you understand? And provided this very protest is done in a peaceful manner.
Right.
And again, you will not know if the protest will go violent except it takes place.
Right.
So it means that no actual any issue has been created as a result of this. So I think the police should always have another thing coming their way. They always think that, oh, probably when people are gathered, that then there is going to be anarchy, chaos, and all of that.
Right.
But it doesn't always look that way. It might seem that way, but that is not what we have seen in states.
Right.
We have seen in, the protest in Suleja never went out of place.
I mean, these people are just hungry people coming out to, you know, talk about how they feel and how the harsh economic realities is, you know, affecting them and their everyday life. So we understand that it's not even a situation of being scared that is going to get violent. The most that can happen as you know, a police force that is actually very enlightened is to just come out there to, you know, hang around the arena and make sure that, oh, okay, these people are protected, no lives or properties are destroyed. But no, you don't see them, you know, just backing the civilians. You see them allowing themselves to be used. And these are the same people that come out to say, oh, support us the same way you support political parties or support us. But the other day we made mention of a news that the police people said they were being bullied by the military, and they were crying out to Nigerians to, you know, come to their aid. And it was just very ironic because these are the same. Now you understand what it feels like to be bullied and to be maimed, and now you're asking for, you know, the respect that you don't give to the civilians because you're wearing uniform and you're carrying gun. You allow yourself to be used by, you know, political miscreants that have no care in the world if you die or not. These are people that when they die, they don't even get befitting burials or even have, you know, health or even life insurance. But day in, day out, you allow yourself to be used because of peanuts. And it's just sad.
Just like the people who are also protesting against this because they would have gotten one kind of incentive or the other which doesn't last you 3 days or 4 days. We must look at both these things, and that's what happens in our election time. They will come out, bamboozle you, feed you all kind of lies, and then you receive 50,000, some 100,000 as the case. I'm not talking about what they give, but the people who they will tell to go and organize youth, they'll start brainwashing people to look at it from this very distance, and they will forget what is in line in the next 4 years. This is what is also happening again. And even the people, for you to know that people who are holding this protest, they really don't know the governance level, or how government works.
Right.
There, most of them holding placards and they were shouting. They were like, Tinubu should resign. You understand?
Right.
Now they don't know that if Tinubu resign, because they say Tinubu should resign so that another election can hold. They don't know it is not the way it works.
Right.
If Tinubu resigns today, you have his deputy, the vice president, who is going to take office immediately. You understand? There will never be a vacuum. But that is not what we are asking. They are already here to stay, except God does what he does, and he's the only one that knows the best. If that happens, good. But if it doesn't happen, we have another 3 years to go. And that's why the obedient movement is redefining their options. And wherever you are, you need to make sure we stick together. We are going to unveil the Obedient Family Cooperative Society, where you see a lot of things that's happening. We have already started it. We've registered it, and we're going to come up with it. Probably before the week ends, we are going to unveil the Obedient Family Cooperative Society, where we all come together, fashion ideas, and see what will go. Using that very options we have for 3 years, put ourselves together, put our structures in place, and let's see what will happen on that day when we all will be the polling unit agents. They don't need to pay polling unit agents while we're around. Everybody must be a polling unit agent. However, we will try that out in the off-cycle elections. We have Edo, we have Anambra. Those are my opinions. You can say your opinion that day. We choose a candidate in Edo or in Anambra and make sure that obedience show what we want this person. And when we want that very person, we want to show how it is possible to achieve it in 2027. Because it is the people that counts on the voting. It is not this thing. They write it, we all come to court with all our copies. Everybody will have his copy, and they will see everybody in the courtroom that they will no longer do, what do they call it? The one that they do room, Zoom, this thing.
Broadcasting.
Because yes, Zoom broadcasting. Remember the last time they said that we didn't have enough evidence, we didn't bring all those things to court and all of that, that the people that came to court are people who shouldn't even be there and the rest of it. But guess what? We will be the people who had been at that very scene.
Right.
The people who voted will be the people who are coming out with their own copies. Right. Everybody with his copy of his vote. Anyway, thank you for now. But let's take a listen to the people who are actually doing this vote and what the people who are protesting on the streets everywhere and what they had to say. Let's take a listen to that. But don't go away, because we have the people that cursed Muhammad Yaqub. They are still cursing him as we speak. But for now, let's listen to the people who are doing the protest, the agitation.
It's now 15,000. When they go tell us that time says bag of cement 1,000 something, we go to say it keep here. Now the kind of Nigeria that we want be that. A sensitive government will really mean well for Nigerians. They just they swear you in, you never even sit down. You don't consult with, you don't get ministers, you don't get advisors, you don't get anybody where you consult with. You say, I will remove fuel subsidy. Later you say you never talk, say you will remove fuel subsidy. Till date, was there anything done about it? No. Still the increment with the first today. Yes. Today now, fuel now 750 per liter. And now who gets crude oil? Military government no good, military government no good, military government build refinery, democracy government nothing maintain one. We must make democracy work by fire, by force in Nigeria.
What we see happening in all the streets across Nigeria today, it happened in Lagos, they hit the street, it happened in Osun, it happened in Edo, and many other states that are being reported as at now that we're speaking. And yet, we have not seen any form of violence. It means that it's not about violence, we are united in hunger. And that, I believe, that is what is needed in Nigeria. Now, what are your thoughts?
Well, I remember speaking on this same show and having conversations about not being a prophet of doom, but foreseeing that there were going to be a lot more protests across Nigeria. And it's just sad to see that this prophecy is actually coming to pass, because every day we wake up is a new protest somewhere, because the realities are getting harsher and harsher for the average Nigerian, and it's just sad to see. And that is why the obedience cooperative movement that he has spoken about right now is something we should all buy into. As the program unfolds in like later times, we're going to give you a proper rundown of what the cooperative is about. But it is really just a ploy as obedience to move, like our principal would say, from consumption to production. And so we're going to give better details concerning this cooperative society. But till then, stay tuned and tell us what you think about this particular scheme.
Of course, for those of you who are watching us live right now, you can make your comment. Is Obedient Family Cooperative Society a multi-purpose cooperative society? It's not Isusu. It's about agriculture production, aquaculture production, and we have set up facilities and partnered with different facilities that is going to help all the people who are going to come together, Obedience Worldwide, who are going to come together under a cooperative manner to actually survive this very hardship, because the hardship is biting, but we have our plans, and those plans we have started unveiling them. So let's go to this. More of this will come out, and go to the comment section. Tell us if you are interested in the Obedient Family Cooperative Society. Are you willing to be a member of this cooperative society based on agriculture, aquaculture, and other things that our principal had talked about, moving from production here to the export level, like he discussed yesterday in Abuja. So, but let's go again on the issue of Mahmoud Yakubu.
Right.
Now, Mahmoud Yakubu, of course, has hurt so many Nigerians, and they has been on the lips of every Nigerian. I wonder how that man sleeps and wakes up. I wonder how his children are actually walking around, whether in schools in Nigeria or outside the country. Wherever they are, we wish them well, but we do know that Nigerians will never forgive Mahmoud Yakubu for what he has done to them, especially as this hardship is hitting back. They will not forgive them. But before I hear your perspective on this, Divine, let's take a listen to what these women had to say about the prayers that they held yesterday, a day before yesterday precisely, hitting Mahmoud and asking God to punish him and all that. Well, I don't know if God punishes people since he said he's a merciful God, but guess what? I think Mahmoud is actually taking a hit on all of this. I wonder where he is and what he's doing with himself right now. But I'm not sorry for him. Let's take a listen.
That we serve. That is planning to serve the and choose deliberately. Not wickedness. On the people of Nigeria. All wickedness. Send your assignment. That one.
Arise and swallow them. Pray against Mahmoud. And swallow them. Pray against Mahmoud. Pray against Mahmoud. Pray against Mahmoud. Arise and swallow them. Arise and swallow them.
The president himself, the judges, the lawyers, all of them they drink water. Water from Nigeria. Whenever they send them, they pour for that. Even if they pour their water, my way they go down. Cannot be the water in Nigeria. That's their wickedness. Every water they put in their mouth. All of them they breathe. Yes. Whether the air condition. Yes. At least they come out from their house.
So Mahmoud Yakubu, wherever you there, they easy. As he say now women, na food there. Very few men, of course, but it's women, are they more prayer warriors or something like that? And if actually these prayers work, this man shouldn't be breathing by now.
Well, you know, I can't really blame them for trying because, I mean, all hands should be on deck, I guess. And this is their own way of letting out their frustration. Some people can protest and some people believe in, you know, forces beyond our physical realm. And they believe that, okay, when they cry to this God or, you know, they are going to get answers. And sincerely, I'm not mad at it. Whether or not I believe in its potency is not the point currently. The point is that all hands should be on deck. That man did the absolute most to Nigerians in the 2023 elections. He robbed us of our will. He robbed us of our choice. And he did like a thief that he is in the middle of the night, announced results that were not, you know, representative of the will of the people. And I just hope if he gets to work, I'll actually be one of the happiest people. And so I'm not mad at it.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much, people. As soon as I don't hear from her, we're about rounding up now. Time as usually at the talk, they give us signal make we pack the come out for studio. But before we come out, I want to send on a say make on for like and share this video. Normally, the support you give to Obedient Family TV is a liking and support. We are not asking you to do more than that for now, but to like and share so that other people will get the message. For the for joining the Obedient Family Cooperative Society, go to the comment section. Tell us if it's a good thing as we have gone into the agriculture and the aquaculture, promoting in unity in a cooperative multi-purpose manner for these 3 years. Before we get to that time, we put our options together, but we must survive. And by so doing, we are supporting each other in our different endeavors that we deal with on each day. So we unveil it. But first, if you like the idea of us being together on a cooperative society, multi-purpose, please go to the comment section. Do not forget to like and share. Until tomorrow again when we come your way. Bye for now.
That the Air Force, the papers or the investigation of the Air Force has been made public. That of the Navy has been made public. But that of the Army has been swept under the carpet by this government. Because they are not only sustaining it, they are not only retaining those culprits, but they are still serving in various capacities in this government, of a government that is supposed to be fighting corruption more than any other place, or more than any other thing. Now, with this, we should also look at the irresponsibility of the political elite. The political elite in this country have done nothing but to cash in on this poverty, on this ill education of the mass majority of Nigerians. They use them, they have used you and turned your psyche into slaves, slaves of religious and ethnic manipulations. No one has ever seen the son of a governor even going out to campaign. No one has ever seen the son or the daughter of the president going out to campaign. And no son of even a councillor, not to talk of a senator or a chairman or a governor that has been abducted or that has been slaughtered on the streets. But the idiots that call themselves the masses allow themselves to be used through religion or ethnicity to divert attention, but to continue to make you into slaves that will be exploited again and again unending. So until you put into your thick heads that you are no slaves to anybody, that the resources of Nigeria is ours, then you will continue to be enslaved. You will be where you are forever, starving. I have never seen the son of the imam being slaughtered or rioting. Neither have I ever seen the son of the pastor. I don't know the difference between a Christian child and a Muslim child. The girl child It's the same. We all suffer the brunt of the problems of this society. We were all girl childs at one point or the other. So was our mother and her mother and her mother and mother before her. In every household today, women carry the brunt of the weight of the ills of her household because the men have abducted their responsibilities. It is left to us to keep the children going. It is the same all over. But we are not prepared to look at that reality. We are not prepared to challenge government to give us our rights. Nobody is doing us any favor. It's our country. We have permanent rights over our leaders. They come and go, but dead or alive Nigerians have permanent right over their leaders. And we must always demand those rights. So I'm not here, or nobody should tell me that I'm in opposition. No, I'm not in opposition. I'm seeking my right as a Nigerian. And that is what you should be doing, and that is where your thoughts should be going. Have you gotten what is due to you? Nobody owns the resources of this country. Nobody created that oil. Nobody created the arable land. We were not even consulted when the Europeans amalgamated the North and the South. We were not consulted. But having found ourselves there, there's nothing we can do but to make the best out of it. Have we made the best out of it? The choice is yours. So what are the implications to the girl child? This has more than anything else